So this is something that I want to talk about for a long time. Let's actually talk about Pokemon Legends ZA. Obviously, it's going to be released in late 2025. So you can assume that it's going to be released by the end of the year, maybe in October, November. Could actually be in September also. That is up for debate. But anyway, see, the point is, it is going to come out this year. There are like mixed opinions on how the game looks. Some people really like it, some people really hate it. I am on the fence because I have seen the gameplay, as I'm sure you have all also seen the gameplay and the footage. Some parts of the game looks nice. Basically, the outside world doesn't look that. I mean, as like an overall picture, you could argue that it looks decent. You know, the bushes, the shrubs, the greenery, and everything. But come on, man, Pokemon is like $1 billion franchise, bro. Are we really going to argue about how much money they have and they could have put how much money into actually making it a good game, actually making it look like it's a modern game, right? So then some people might also argue that Pokemon should have never left the 2D art style, the pixel art style. So basically, if you didn't know about Legends EA and you're hearing it for the first time, it's a new game set to be out this year by the end of the year, and it's going to be set in the Kalos region, basically in the Lumiose City. So the story is set in Lumiose City, where an urban redevelopment plan is underway to shape the city into a place that belongs to both people and Pokemon. Compared to Lumiose City as it appeared in the Pokemon X and Pokemon Y games, released in 2013, more greenery now adorns the city, alongside facilities with a cutting edge feel. So the biggest question is this going to be the old times or the new times? Or is it like the present time? And we are playing through the present. You know, because it is like an urban redevelopment plan, it is going to be the modern time, right? Obviously, it's not going to be like how it was in Legends Arceus, where you go back in time and you do something, right? Arceus basically sends you back in time. So that's not what's going to happen in this game, right? So in this game, you are modern, you are new. So basically, you are going to be playing with the development of the city underway. So you're going to be playing in the present. So at the center of Lumiose stands Prism Tower. So this is like the biggest landmark in Lumiose City, right? So at the center of the city, you have the Prism Tower, right? It's like the it's like a take on the Eiffel Tower. So this Kalos is basically based upon Paris, France. Now, if you haven't seen the map of the city, like I highly urge you to look at it. I'm going to show you, like, this is how the map looks, and look how beautiful it is, right? So you have the city. It's like a round city. The map is brilliant. At the center, obviously, there is the Prism Tower, and then there are so many landmarks. There are Pokemon gyms, and there are artwork of Pokemon flying around. If you zoom in, you can like catch more details. I like it. The map is brilliant. Now, let's talk a little bit about how the game actually looks. So from the outside, it looks okay. I wouldn't say it looks incredible, because there are always going to be improvements that you can make in your game, especially in Pokemon games. I know that graphics is not everything. Like, I'm not really talking just about the graphics. I'm talking about how these games are perceived by the wider audience, right? So not just the Pokemon fans. Like, obviously, if you compare this game to something like The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, like, it came out actually 2 years before, came out in 2023, and it was developed based on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which came out the year during the launch year of the Switch. So if you compare that, is this game like living up to the expectations of the Pokemon fans at that point? Are we just excited because it's a new game? They have made it so that we expect a new game every 3 years, right? So what if instead of like churning out new game every 3 years, like we wait for like 5 to 6 years for one game, and it's like a polished, the most well-developed Pokemon freaking game in existence, right? So you have all of these photos that you can see of the buildings and the outside world. The Prism Tower is one of them, and the cafes, the restaurants, and everything. But it could be better, I guess. Anyway, that's up for debate, up for argument. Basically, the story begins with the sightseeing trip to Lumiose City. So, while visiting Lumiose City during your travels, you'll come to stay in an old hotel named Hotel Z. Okay, so this hotel will serve as your base as you and your new friends you'll meet in Lumiose tackle all sorts of incidents that will occur in the city. You start your journey from Hotel Z, and lo and behold, Hotel Z, the interior looks brilliant, right? If you see from the outside, it's like, what are those windows, man? Like, they're like plastered, copy paste windows. But anyway, talking away from the windows, basically the inside looks brilliant. The architecture, there's a bookshelf, there are so many chairs, sofas, the wall textures, the floor texture, the carpets. It's brilliant. Outside, doesn't look that great, but inside looks great. And this is like a recurring theme for whatever pictures you will see. Outside, the buildings look not that great, but inside it looks brilliant. So that begs the question, like, did they think about how we will perceive the game based upon how we see it on the inside? Like, are people not going to judge the game? When you look at the game from outside, you'll be like, these buildings, they don't look that nice. As soon as you go inside the building, you're like, damn, that looks nice. So I don't know what they're playing at. So maybe they have the perception that people will forget about the graphics, forget about the little details as they play along the game. Most of the Pokemon games work like that, right? So the more you play it, the more you get involved in the game, you forget about the graphics. So in this new game, there is something called the Wild Zones, habitats for wild Pokemon. So as part of Lumiose's urban redevelopment plan, driven by a large corporation called, this is a difficult name to pronounce, I'm going to try it anyway, Quasartico Incorporated. Okay. The city has been outfitted with wild zones in an effort to help humans and Pokemon share the city. Now, these areas are constructed using cutting-edge technology to give Pokemon places to live in. Within wild zones, you can battle Pokemon and catch them by throwing the Pokeballs, right? So it looks decent. The wild zones look pretty decent. Now, you can make Pokemon your allies, you can catch Pokemon, and there is also a new dodging mechanic you can use. This is like a series first where Pokemon and trainers take action in real time during battle, right? So in previous titles in the Pokemon video game series, Pokemon took action once per turn. So it's like a turn-based game. If you play the old games, it's always a turn-based game. In Legend ZA, trainers and the Pokemon will move around in real time during battles. And Pokemon will unleash their moves when their trainer commands them to. So this is like your typical RPG kind of style game, like where you can move around. That's like a new thing for Pokemon, a new step in a new direction. I think it's nice. It's cool. Now, how will it impact the competitive aspect of Pokemon? No idea. They are also launching a new game called Pokemon something. I forgot what its name was. It's like a Pokemon Champions. Trade Pokemon from your Pokemon home into the game and then competitively battle it out. So you don't need to like. I hope everybody has access to it when it comes out. Like, it's on mobile as well as Switch and Switch 2, I believe. So yeah, and everybody can play that game. So competitively, I think we are okay. It looks nice, but how they will execute it, how the gameplay will actually stack up to the old games, we'll have to wait and find out. So in addition to type matchups, there will be new gameplay mechanics to consider, such as the precise timing for swapping out your Pokemon or using moves. So in the games leading up to Legend ZA, you had to strategically think about how you bring out your Pokemon and how you switch it out, right? Because you cannot dodge the moves precisely. You can block it. You can use Protect. You can use your Terra type and make a super effective move not very effective or neutrally effective. So in this game, you can dodge and avoid a potential super effective move. I don't know how the mechanics actually will be. Like, if you dodge, will you take some damage from the opposing move, or will you take like not very effective move? Anyway, we'll have to wait and see for that. The ZA Royale, a nightly competition that begins at sundown. So this is like something that happens after night. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And you can also rank up. So you start from level Z and Z, Y, X, W, all the way up to level A. So that's like the highest rank you can reach. Nice. So you have to choose one of the three starter Pokemons, right? So the starter Pokemon in this game are Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile, right? So which Pokemon will you set off on your adventure with? Chikorita, Tepig, or Totodile? So this is the thing, right? So we don't know what their mega evolution is going to be. Obviously, in this game, this is a mega evolution focused game. So there have been like so many fan artwork on the mega evolutions for the starter Pokemon, and I urge you to check it out. It's not like a spoiler or a leak or anything. It's made by one guy on Twitter. Like, it's brilliant. I urge you to check it out. Maybe I'll even show it on the screen. Like, there are like concept art for mega Pokemon. It's brilliant. It's absolutely phenomenal. They're not the actual mega Pokemon, right? They're just a concept art. Some people have been claiming that it's a leaked mega evolution, but it's not. It's just the concept art from one talented individual on Twitter. So that's how it is. So there is like two characters like Arbane and Tawny. So they're like your friends while you take on the adventure. And obviously, our main man is here, AZ. So AZ is a man who stands over 9 feet tall. First of all, what the hell, man? For perspective, Hagrid, the giant from Harry Potter, okay? That dude is said to be like more than 8 feet tall, okay? This dude is 9 feet tall. Anyway, that's insane. So he is the owner of Hotel Z, with a place where we come in and start our journey. Hotel Z is owned by AZ and claims to be, he is 3,000 years old. We know this from the Kalos game, right? He quietly harbors a strong determination and will. We have to see what our interaction and how the story will play out. But it's kind of a cool thing. So I wonder if Legend ZA will also have like multiple parts or just one main storyline. Yeah, so there is a character called Jet, who is the CEO of Quasartico Income. It's a difficult name to say. So this corporation is driving Lumiose's urban redevelopment plan with the aim of shaping the city into one that belongs to both people and Pokemon. It seems she hopes to deepen the bonds between Pokemon and people, right? There is characters like Vinny. Then there is obviously the legendary Pokemon Zygarde, the most important Pokemon of this game, right? The legendary. There have been Pokemon. There is Pokemon X. There is Pokemon Y. Then there is Pokemon Z. This is Zygarde's time to shine. We can only hope how great or bad the Mega Evolution is going to be, but it is going to be broken, right? We'll have to wait and see how the Mega Evolution plays out. And they have shown like so many Mega Evolutions in the trailer, like obviously of the known Mega Evolutions, not the new Mega Evolutions. They have shown Charizard, Kangaskhan, Gardevoir, Sableye, Ampharos, Absol, Altaria, and Lucario, Gyarados. So that's all about Pokemon Legends ZA. And what I want to say is that we are all hyped for this game, but where is actually the hype? Where is the hype season, right? Because this game is supposed to be the best game of the year, best Pokemon game of the year, right? Pokemon comes out with a hype season, maybe by the end of June, maybe by the end of July, maybe like a few months before, so that we get hyped for the new game. And they released potentially new Mega Evolutions. Maybe somebody leaks it, but I hope nobody leaks it. I hope it's an official release where we can see the new, at least a few new Mega Evolutions. Don't want too much, but just a few, so that, the hype is still going on. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Hope you are as excited as me for Legend ZA, and I will see you, or I will talk to you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.